Hey everyone, it's Dave from Dave's Ohio Barbecue. Do you know what this is? I'm going to show you a really good use for them right now. Stick around. First, I want to give a shout out to my friend Heidi for this recipe. She actually gave me the inspiration for it. I have garlic in my garden. I grow garlic. And if you've ever grown garlic, these things get cut off the top of the garlic plant. They're called garlic scapes. Basically, if you don't chop these off, the garlic doesn't develop underground. So you need to cut these off. But you don't throw them out because they're like green onions, but they taste like garlic. They're really, really nice. And there's a lot of uses for them. You can saute them in a stir fry. You can chop them up, put them on a salad. I know some people pickle them and things like that and use them later in the season. What I'm gonna do, since I love grilling steak and I love topping off my steaks with like compound butter, garlic butter, gorgonzola butter, chive butter, all these different types, truffle butter, all these different types of butters and that I make to put on top of the steak. I'm gonna make some green butter. I'm gonna take these, pulse them up really, really good, and make a garlic chive butter for the top of my steaks. Before we get started with this recipe, make sure you subscribe to me and hit the little bell next to it so you get notifications every time I make a video. And also hit the like button and leave a comment. If you have a question or if you think my face looks stupid, I don't care, leave a comment below. First thing you need is some garlic scapes. Now, if you have a garden like me, then you should have them. And this is the time of year, early summer, when they are about, ready to be trimmed. If you don't have a garden, if you have a local farmer's market, keep your eye out. They tend to have them there. Sometimes the grocery store has them. Go online and do a search. There's got to be someone. I found people online trying to get rid of them because you get so many of them that you just run out of ideas of what to do. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pulse up these garlic scapes into kind of like a paste almost. How much am I using? I'm using a handful. I weighed them. It's about 3 ounces. If you want it to be more garlicky, go 4 ounces. If you want it to be less garlicky, go 2 ounces. It's kind of, up to you how you make this, okay? So chop them into about little, 1/2 inch, 1 inch pieces, and then I'm gonna load them into my little mini food processor here and whiz them up until they're into a paste. Next thing, in a bowl, I'm gonna put some butter. I am using unsalted butter. Couple reasons. When I make steak, I salt it beforehand. I don't want salted steak and salted butter and everything. It would be too much salt. I like to control it a little bit. I am gonna put some salt in this compound butter, but I wanna be able to control how much it is. So 2 sticks of unsalted butter into a bowl. To that, I'm gonna add my garlic scape paste that I just made. And then also in my garden, I have these. I've got some chives floating around. I'm gonna dice these up, kind of small. I'm not gonna pulse them. I want them to actually have chunks. I'm gonna put this in as well to give it a little, that little chive flavor. And then the last thing, to add a little bit of brightness, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice to this, okay? Now that it's all in the bowl, I'm gonna use a hand mixer and I'm gonna just kind of mix it all until it's all uniform in this kind of cool green butter color. If you don't have a hand mixer, use a spoon. It's not that hard, okay? You'll get a workout for the day. Now, how do you portion this? You can take the big blob of butter, put it on a piece of wax paper, roll it up into a log, like a long roll of quarters, and chuck it either in the freezer or in the fridge and use it as you need it. If it's in the fridge, it's not gonna last very long, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. If you freeze it, that's great, but it's kind of hard to chop a frozen brick of butter. What I prefer to do is I've got this little mini cookie scoop here. It's 2 teaspoons. I am going to portion it out. I'm going to scoop up some butter and I'm going to put it into a little tiny mini muffin tin that I have. Then I'll chuck that in the freezer, and once it's frozen solid, I'll pop them all out and I'll put them into a Ziploc bag and then just keep them in the freezer. That way, as I need them, they're already portioned and I can take them out. If I'm just making 1 steak for myself, I could just take out, 2 of the little blobs and put it on top. If I'm making 20 steaks, I could take the whole Ziploc bag out, whatever. You can let it defrost a little bit before you use it. If you put it on frozen, it's not gonna melt as much, so I would at least let it get to room temperature before you chuck it on top of your steak. And that's it. It's the most wonderful, beautiful finish to a steak. Your friends are going to be impressed. It looks professional. It tastes amazing. If you've never tried finishing your steak with some sort of flavored butter, do it. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Dave's Ohio Barbecue. I also have a Facebook page. Just type in Dave's Ohio Barbecue in Facebook. It should come up. And then also subscribe and then hit the little bell next to it. That way you get notifications every time I make a new video. I've got a lot of videos coming out real soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.